Hi everyone, welcome back to the Mulesoft Overload, a better place to learn Mulesoft in practice. In our previous video, we have worked with RAML. So that was part 1, where we have learned concepts like resource creation, import references using exclamatory include, security schemes, responses and its examples. We have also seen traits, protocols and the Mule mocking service. In today's session, we will finish RAML by diving into the concepts like data types, resource types, libraries, and a bit more about traits and schemas. We will also look at keywords associated with traits and libraries like is and uses. So what is a data type? What is a resource type? And what is a library? A data type is a type declaration for a certain data definition, used to define specific properties associated for the data. Here the data is mostly referred to the examples which we have used before in our previous session. The data type can act as a schema for data examples such as JSON, XML, etc. But it is to be noted that the schema shouldn't be pertained to specific format like JSON schema or example schema. Instead, it is a type declared using tags like properties, items, types, etc. Resource types, on the other hand, is a type declaration for resources like /employee list. Let us see a simple data type example. We will begin with where we paused in our previous session. So, here we go. So here we have an example called as post_employees.json. This is a complex JSON. In this JSON, we have 4 keys: employee details, company, joined, previous company. So the employee details is a key which has 2 items, an array of objects, employee ID and name. In order to start with data types, we first will go ahead and create a simple JSON file. And from that JSON file, we will start declaring our data type as per specifications. My example is going to be simple. It will have 2 keys. The first key is the name and the second key is the age. Go ahead and declare any value which you like. Once you are done with creation of your example, you can move back to your root file and replace the example section where you're trying to import the code. We replace post_employees.json with simple example.json, which we have just created. As you see on the right hand side, we have in the example section we have the name, age with the associated values properly being shown. Now let us declare a type for this simple example.json. For that, go to the top of the page and create types. We need to import a data type from a folder called as Datatypes. So first we go ahead and create a folder Datatypes. From that we will import our simple data type example.json. The name of the type is simple type and we need to import the type from a folder Datatypes. So we define exclamatory include datatypes /datatypes.raml. Refer to your simple type in the type section in line number 79 under your example. At first, this is going to throw you an error because there is no type associated with this current simple type. We haven't defined the type yet, but now we'll go ahead and create a type in the datatype.raml. Start your type declaration with properties and name the properties. Here the properties are name, which is a string, and age, which is also a string. Both these properties are by default required. If you wish to change the restriction, then you can go ahead and add a tag called as required : false. Now the error has been resolved, and you can see on the right hand side of your Mule palette the types associated with this example: name and age. You can also change your property type by simply replacing the string with a number. Now the example has to be a number, it cannot be a string. This is going to raise a conflict. As we are done with the simple data type, we can now bring back our post employees.json, which is a complex JSON structure. Now we will define the data types for post employees. For this, we have to go and create a type called as complex type. Create a data type by naming it as complex datatype.raml and import it in your root file. Now by looking at your JSON example, you can start your type declaration as type object, and you can give it a display name complex JSON type. The properties which this object is gonna have will be employee details, company, joined, previous company. As employee details is a type array, you go ahead and create a type array. The array is going to contain items, and the items will be of type object. So this type employee details is an array of objects, and it will have properties like employee ID and name. Now on the same level of employee details, you can create a new tag company and name it as string. Joined string. Previous company string. So on the right hand palette, you can see the type declaration with the proper visualization. Here you can exactly see the types which are associated with this example. It says what are the fields which are required and what's mandatory and what's not. By default, all these fields are mandatory. Now you can simply reference your complex type in line number 80 under the example type : complex type. Here we have a problem. The type for the field employee ID is not a string, it's a number, and because of that we are getting an error in our root file. So go ahead and change the type for employee ID from string to number. As you can see, the example with its respective data types will be portrayed on your right hand side in the palette. We will continue with our next topics, which is libraries, trades, and resources in further sessions. Due to length constraints, I have to divide these further more into a part 3 and a part 4, maybe a part 5. Hope you enjoyed this session. Feel free to comment. Please like and subscribe and refer this channel to your friends. Bye.